Hey guys, so in today's video, I'm going to talk about how to structure your videos so that they make sense. When people click on it, they get the value they need and they get out as quickly as possible. So if that sounds good to you, stick around. Hey everyone, Saarenoja here. Welcome to my channel where I help young at heart new YouTubers grow on YouTube. I have noticed in a lot of my coaching calls when I'm reviewing people's channels that feel like they're not growing, that there is this one particular issue that is happening, and that is rambling, or talking about topics without a structure. In YouTube, most people, if they're not going for the entertainment side of YouTube, they're going for the educational side of YouTube. And within the educational side, which is what I'm going to talk about now, there's a certain structure that you can use within your videos to help people get their questions answered as efficiently as possible so you can get them in and out and liking and subscribing to your videos. And that structure is this. Number one, you need a hook. You need to basically say what the main purpose of your video is right at the get-go. The second thing you need is to cover those points that you said you were going to cover in the main part of the video. And the last part is not what you expect. There is no conclusion. There is no summary. There is the outro. And that is basically, thank you, bye. Why do I say that? I'll get to that soon. Okay, so let's talk about the hook or the intro of your video. What are they going to learn from you in the next 5, 10, 15 minutes? That needs to be very clear as soon as they open up your video. And they clicked on your video because of your title. So your title should be what you are saying in your intro or somewhere in your intro. So let's say your title is 5 ways to improve your relationship. The first thing they should hear when they open up your video is, in today's video, we're going to talk about 5 ways to improve your relationship. There you go. Now they know they're in the right place. They clicked on it. It wasn't clickbait. You are actually going to help them get 5 ways to improve their relationship, right? So right away, they know they're in the right place. That will keep them in the beginning. Then after that, you could do a quick intro about you if you wanted to, like I have a very brief one. It's like, Saarenoja here. Welcome to my channel where I help new YouTubers grow on YouTube. Very short, less than 5 seconds, right? And then go into the content right away. So the content would be, okay, step number 1, to improve your relationships, you want to do blah, blah, blah. And this is why you want to do it. Here's an example of how it works. Let's move on to tip number 2, right? So when you are giving advice, or providing value in some way, you want to share what it is. So what is the tip? How does the tip, or more information about the tip? And thirdly, an example of it working so that it's not just theoretical, it actually is grounded in some sort of reality of experience. I think that's really important. So let's say you say your first tip number 1 for improving your relationships is communication. And let's say that's all you said. Tip number 2 is appreciation. Right? Okay, so that's great. Now I know what it is, but I don't know how it is, or more in depth of what I'm supposed to do with that information. So tip number 1 is communication. There are a few different ways you can communicate with your partner. There is physical communication, there is verbal communication, and let's break those down. With verbal communication, here's an example. I would like you to do this for me. Okay, I will do this for you. Physical communication, you go up and you hug someone, or you say to them verbally, I would like a hug, and then they give you a hug. So you would give examples of how you say what it is, you say how it works, and then you show how it works with an example. Now, some channels are all about just giving you the what you need to do, but they don't show you how to do it because they want you to go into their course, and then that will show you how to do it. I am anti that. I think it's scammy and skeezy to do that personally. I want to provide people with the most value that I possibly can. And then if they still feel like they're struggling, then they can come to me, right? But I want most people coming to YouTube, they're coming to it because it's free. They want help, and you are giving them that help. And most people will try to do that on their own. Some it will work for. They will take your advice, they will try it, and it works. Some people will try it, and then they realize they need someone to hold them accountable. They need someone to hold their hand, or they want someone to be there for them to bounce ideas off of, right? So they will come to you. There's a few different ways to approach people and their needs. So there's a type of person that they just want the information, right? And then they will implement it themselves. I would call them like the independent. They take the knowledge, they learn from it themselves, and they utilize it. They want the knowledge, and then they go for it. They're kind of like independent, they can do it on their own. Then there's the type of person that they're like the apprentice or the trainee. They want to follow you for a little bit or get a little, maybe meet with you once, and then they're done, right? And then there's another version that's like that person that wants hand-holding, that wants to be held accountable, that will stay with you much longer, that will say, want to have coaching calls every week with you. So there's different levels of people with regards to their needs of how they want to implement knowledge. So my opinion with giving all the information to people, giving as much information to people as you can is great, because the people that want more information from you will still come to you, right? So I don't worry about it. And I think that the majority of people that are coming to you, that there's a lot of people that would be coming to you that would never ever purchase anything from you anyway, but they would take that information and move on and grow with it. So guys, sorry to interrupt, but I just wanted to pop in here and let you know I just started a Skool membership community yesterday, and I'm accepting 500 free memberships at this moment. I don't know what's going to happen after that, but right now that's where we're at, and it's almost at 500. So if you are interested in having more access to me in a more group setting where you can be supported by other like-minded individuals trying to grow their YouTube channel, definitely check it out. I'll put a link in the description below. Okay, back to the video. Yeah, so I have no problem giving it all away or telling how to do something. So that's why I preach this structure system, and it seems to work for me. And it is also the types of YouTube channels that I watch. I don't watch the YouTube channels that just give me the what and they don't give me the how. I find those a waste of my time, because I want to know how to do something so that I can then implement it into my life and move forward with that idea. Okay, so like I said, you want to give them the step, tell them what it is, tell them how to do it, and then give an example of how it works or what it looks like in action. And then once you've given all your tips, you don't need to summarize. Like I said, on YouTube, you don't need to summarize. They can go back and watch the tips that they wanted to rewatch or relearn, or maybe they didn't get something. They can go back and watch it, which is great, because that increases interaction with your video, which is great. The reason I say once you're done giving your main points, you say thank you and goodbye, is because people, as soon as you start to summarize, they will leave. For the majority of people will leave because they got the information they wanted in the 5 points. I would recommend that when you get to the end, you just say goodbye. Now, if you want to promote something like your coaching, or you want to promote your book or e-courses or anything like that, I would put that in your video somewhere after. If you're doing 5 points, I would do it after the second point or the third point, but somewhere near the beginning, because you want to capture those people that only stay on your video for half the time. You want to capture them in the beginning and say, hey, I offer coaching if you want more help with this, or I have an ebook on this topic if you want to learn more about it. To explain the structure in total, you have your intro, which is a hook, or it's reiterating what your title is on your YouTube video. So you have the intro of the topic you're going to talk about. Then you have a little intro of yourself, like, hello, Alexa Saarenoja, welcome to my channel, blah, blah, blah. Keep it short, to the point. Then you start to go right into the tips or advice or whatever you have. It really helps if you order your tips numerically. So point 1, point 2, point 3. And at the beginning you say, I'm going to give you 3 tips. I'm going to give you 5 tips. I'm going to give you 5 ways. I'm going to give you 3 ways. Have some sort of number so that they know. And you can also add in, which I never remember to do, but I think it's a good idea to keep people to the end. And stay to the end, because I actually have a bonus tip for you that is really, really helpful, that I think a lot of people skip over in life, or whatever it is, related to your topic. So that will help people stay till the end. Or number 4 is really cool, and I'm so excited to share it with you, but we'll get to that when we get to number 4. So stick around for number 4. Or something to keep them to the end is always a good idea. Or after you finish giving tip number 3 or tip number 2, you can be like, and also this relates to tip number 5, which is excellent, but we'll get there soon. So tip number 3 now is blah, blah, blah. So, you try to keep them within your video longer. That's a great way to do that, is to create some sort of intrigue about what's going to happen later. It's almost like planting a hook in the middle of the video. So you plant the hook at the beginning, telling them what they're going to get, and then later on you plant another hook to keep them till the end of your video. And then at the end of the video, like I said, you don't summarize, you just say thank you and goodbye. And that way you have planted in everything you need in your video. You have the tips, you have your message of maybe affiliate links you put in there, or you could be like, look in the description below. You have all those things in there that you want to attract people to your products or your services or your affiliate links and all of that stuff. And it's all in this nice little package. And when people watch your videos and they're structured like that, it helps their mind to understand, okay, this is tip number 1, 2, there's 3 more left. It's a process. It's easier to understand the information in chunks that are broken up by numbered tips. Okay, hopefully this was helpful, and see you in the next video.